From the moment of our birth and until we die, we are connected to others. At our core, we are social beings. The same is true for our work lives. We work in the context of relationships, which includes some combination of an employer, supervisor, customers or clients, and colleagues. And while the degree and intensity of interaction with others varies from individual to individual, we are all connected with others to some degree. But our connectivity is diminishing. It's important to understand that interacting with others is not the same as being connected to them, and communicating with or relating to those around us does not necessarily build connection. Brene Brown defines connection as the energy that's created between people when they feel seen, heard, and valued, and when they give and receive value without judgment. The results of our lack of relational connection are becoming clearer every day. Record-breaking levels of loneliness, depression, anxiety, and unhappiness. Our decreasing connectedness with others can be linked to many factors, but no one can argue against the role that working remotely has played as a central component. I'm not arguing for going back to the good old days, whatever that was, but we do need to pay attention to the issue. In research we conducted during the COVID-19 pandemic, we found key factors related to those who were dealing successfully with the stress they were experiencing, in contrast to those who were struggling significantly with anxiety and depression. First, they and their colleagues were proactively reaching out to one another to keep in touch. Even though they didn't see each other as frequently, they took the initiative to contact one another. Secondly, the key interactions were between peers and colleagues, not with supervisors. And finally, they communicated about their personal lives. They didn't just talk about work, but they shared what they did in their free time and generally how they were doing. This sharing at a personal level created a relational connection among team members and helped them cope with the stressful circumstances in their lives. Feeling connected to someone is a personal, subjective experience. It's feeling seen, having your point of view being heard, a sense that when talking to a coworker, they get me. Creating connection requires communication, but just talking together isn't sufficient. Being accepted and valued for who you are is also a component. As a result, connection with others does not occur solely through transfer of information. Our work with hundreds of thousands of employees has found that feeling truly appreciated is highly related to being valued for who you are and not just what you do. We are not just production units. Each of us is a person, and we desire to be noticed and valued beyond what we produce or get done. As a result, our Appreciation at Work training focuses on teaching team members how to get to know one another as people, not just coworkers. Now, showing appreciation to one's colleagues who work remotely looks different than communicating appreciation in face-to-face relationships. And as a result, we created the remote and long-distance version of our Motivating by Appreciation inventory, where we identify actions in each of the appreciation languages that can be used in long-distance relationships. Taken by thousands of employees, this assessment, along with the team's group summary report, has become a foundational resource for organizations to help create connection among team members. We know that connection with others is important for us individually, for our organizations, and for our society. So start today by taking a step in the right direction. Share something about yourself with one of your colleagues. It could be as simple as something you like to do in your free time. And get to know them as well. We are confident that this process can help you feel more connected to and cared for by others.